going on, man? I'm Chachi.
I'm Lee.
I'm Nick.
Matt.
Davey.
We are Pop Eva. You're on our bus. Welcome to our home. It's a brand new bus. It's our first day. You're getting to hear the same thing we do on the first day with us. So
you're late though. We're 12 hours late.
We're a little late. You can see it's a big party going on here. So welcome to the party.
Excellent. This is Jerry from MusicCon. Thanks so much for having me on your bus for this interview.
Thanks for taking the time.
Pleasure meeting you guys. Got a few questions for you. Back in, or you guys have been together actually since 2001,
right?
Right, and based out of Michigan. You made quite a statement with your first independent album, 2008, right?
Thank you. It was.
And that's Lipstick in the Mirror.
Lipstick in the Mirror,
right? And your first single off of that broke. And did that break 25 in the charts?
It did. It was 20, 23 maybe.
Awesome.
23,
yeah.
22 or something.
Very cool. And you guys managed to do that all independently.
We did. We did. I mean, we're still in a way doing it independently now with an independent label. So,
right.
You know, it's just that's the popular way, man. It's all we know.
Very cool, man. That's very impressive. Very impressive. I know that takes a lot of hard work. For independent bands out there trying to be heard, man, what's the secret to that success?
I don't think there's a secret. I mean, I think you just got to get out there and play live. You know, I think there's nothing that's better than when fans see live. You got to really prove it to people these days. You know that you're not just a band that they hear songs on the radio that they can actually go and be entertained with. And you know, our live show is something that I know we pride ourselves with, and it's something we're striving to get better at. You know, constantly, and you know, hopefully as the band gets bigger, you know, we can do things more, you know, on the stage to add different elements to the show. But right now, we just a lot of raw energy. We try to capsule that and just really throw it out on stage and give people, you know, remind them that it's still fun to watch rock bands.
Right.
I think you nailed it when you said, yeah, you have to keep getting better at everything. Like, it doesn't ever stop, ever. And it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, it takes a really, really long time to get to even where, you know, where we are, let alone where, you know, somebody giant that format, you know, like, you know, historically like Aerosmith or somebody, those guys have, you know, 20 plus hit songs. So it takes a really long time and a lot of rough times to go through.
Right. And you guys you're averaging what, like 400 shows every 2 years or something like that?
Yeah, we really are. You know, I know we did over 200 this year, and I think the guys, we all had maybe 2 weeks home the whole year.
Wow.
So I mean, it's just it's a sacrifice to all the new bands. Like, if you're not willing to make that sacrifice, it's only harder for the bands coming out now than it was even for us. It was harder for us then.
More competition.
More competition.
Less stations.
Less stations, fewer spots. You know, so the only way to really do it is to work harder than the next band. You know, to try to put that time in. And you know, I know speaking for the guys, we're willing to do that. I mean, even if we have nothing, you know, this is all we know at the end of the day. Even if we had money or even if we were broke, this is all we know how to do. You know, so it's kind of just giving us the kind of motivation to work harder.
Right, absolutely. What about on the business side of that, like getting into radio? Is there any advice you could give to people out there who don't have a clue what to do?
Starting way back, even before radio, I think a huge mistake that small bands make that is overlooked a lot is that bands rush to record songs and then try to distribute them to radio or bands. First of all, bigger bands can't do anything for you. And when you give somebody a product, if it's not good, like, you don't get another chance. Like, take the time.
First impressions.
Yeah, save the money, spend the money, and record a pro song, and then give that away. Like, otherwise, it doesn't matter how good the song is. If it's recorded poorly, it's sad, but nobody's going to listen to it. You're going to get thrown away in 5 seconds.
Well, I think most importantly, too, is not, if you're a new band, like, one thing Pop Evil did is we stopped worrying about radio. You know, like, I think everyone wants to be on radio, and if you're good enough, not just musically, but if you're a touring band that's making money and making noise for yourself, they'll come to you, and that's what you want. You know, you're going to find managers and people, labels that are interested in your product, not just your music. And I think that, you know, bands forget that. They're worried about
interested in your brand.
Your brand, right? You know, they're so worried about getting the song on radio. Even if you get a #1 song on radio tomorrow, you got to do it these days. You got to do it 10 more times. You know what I mean? We've had, you know, 5 hits on the radio, and we're still an unknown band. You know, so even if you get that, you know, you forget radio isn't just going to make or break you these days. You know, it's the brands, like you said, getting out there and letting fans know that they like you live. Because at the end of the day, what do you want radio for? People to come watch you live. So if you can get that and start building hype for that now, that's why you want radio in the first place. Radio isn't what your eventual goal is. Radio is part of the battle. Whether you're Aerosmith or whether you're Pop Evil, it's your story. We're not. It's not a race against any other band. You know, like we just said it today. Like, you know, we heard about all these other bands' success, and we're excited for them. Anything that will bring more attention to rock helps us in the long run too. You know, and we're not. It's not us versus Aerosmith. It's not us versus whoever. You know, we're running Pop Evil's race, and whatever it is, I think when you get caught up into other people's success, you know, you don't read the story of how long it took Aerosmith with their sacrifice to get there.
Right.
We're not there yet. We're making our sacrifice and working in that. So once you worry about your own story, whether you just get to open up and have a show in your hometown that's sold out, I mean, start with realistic goals.
Yep.
And once you achieve those goals, then, you know, kind of go, I mean, we do that all the time. It's our 6-month goal. Our 6-month goal is getting the best record that we can and making sure this record blows away our last two, and we grow as band members, we grow as writers, you know. I mean,
right.
all of us, you know, trying to become better writers. We can't just write Heroes and 155s and Monsters. You know, we all had that preach that we already wrote those songs. So we're not trying to go backwards and write the same things. We're trying to grow and expand to say, hey, those songs help elevate us to this new level, whatever that hopefully might be. And that's the challenge. At the end of the day, you're writing music, you're leaving your legacy, and at the end of the day, you can't bring the fans with you. You're not bringing radio with you. Your songs tell your story, and that's what we're trying to do, is run our race. And that's what Pop Evil's always done, and we feel very content to the fact that, hey, you know, we're proud of who we are, but at the same time, we're not content with the fact of where we are. We want to continue to grow and, you know, worry about the things we can control.
Right.
You know, the songs we're writing, how making sure our records are better, how our live show is. And actually, Matt's working on our live show right now, you know, and we're trying to get better.
As we speak.
Or Matt's on the keys, where we're all like sitting here kind of telling him what's up, you know, poor guy. But you know, it's just about you know, having fun with your brand. At the end of the day, it's rock and roll. It's fun. It's
right.
the best job in the world. And the minute you forget that and start worrying about the business, stuff that doesn't control you, that's not why we got into this. We got into it for the music and got into it to playing with each other and hanging out. And I think the minute you start not focusing on that, you know, the opportunity that, you know, may or may not last. So we try to make sure we control the things we can and go from there.
On Boss's Daughter, you had Mick Mars, the legend.
The legend himself.
On your album.
Right.
I mean, how cool is that to be playing with somebody of that caliber?
Was awesome. That was insane. Like meeting him and hanging out with him for a day. I mean, I remember we got there, we were hanging out all day, and it was kind of like a long commute. We flew out there, we had like no sleep. We drive to Compton to shoot the video, and we had this awesome warehouse. And like these Playmates walk in, and everyone's like, "Dude, Playmates are here, awesome." They're like, "Oh, you're in bands." And then Mick Mars walked in, and like nobody cared about the chicks at all. It was
nice.
Like, Mick Mars. And he was, I couldn't live on ice. Like he hung out all day, talked to us, told stories, and I think he appreciated the company as much as we did. Like I think a lot of people are probably afraid to talk to him, and we just sat down and just talked. He was jamming with us, and it was a really unique, once-in-a-lifetime experience, something that not many people get to do. I mean, he told Dave during the video, he's like, he stopped halfway through the shoot, and he goes, "This is the first time I've ever shot a video with another guitar player."
Nice.
And when we thought about it, we're like, "Dude, you're the only dude to ever play a video with Mick Mars." Yeah. That's really, really special.
It's cool, man. I think it's just a testament to becoming, and it's an awesome tribute because, you know, Motley Crue did so much for each one of us individually in our day, and to be able to, someone would have told us probably in the 80s that, you know, Mick Mars would be in our video one day, and we would have been like, "You're dreaming." So it's nice. It was a nice kind of, I think, cap for this album to say, hey, you know, I think it'll be an album, especially if the band continues to grow, it'll be an album that'll go down with our history. You know, it'll be something that'll follow us to our graves, you know, which is something we're proud of for sure.
Very cool. And rumor has it there's going to be a 2013 Pop Evil album.
There is. It's underway, and hopefully there'll be even more tributes like that. I mean, I think the guys will agree that every album's an animal of its own. There's so many powers that beat, and it just becomes its own thing. You know, you kind of, even individually, you're just one part of this whole thing that is another album. You know, the demos are amazing so far, and you know, we're all excited. We're excited to go start January 1st.
More excited.
Yeah, there's still a lot more songs to demo out.
Who's the big Wolverines fan? Everyone?
All of us. Yeah.
Everyone?
Yeah.
And you had the song In the Big House that's currently being played at their games and everything. And what's that mean to you guys as a band? And what has it meant to the fans? To the football fans?
I don't know exactly.
And what kind of feedback have you gotten?
I mean, we wouldn't know exactly, but I think that
we're getting a lot of love on Twitter. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that hopefully the fans appreciate the fact that we're trying to give, again, being from Michigan, we're trying to do a tribute not just to the football team, but to the stadium that is significant to
The stadium.
the stadium of
It's
college
legendary,
football,
yeah.
you know, and it's in our state. It's something we're proud of being from Michigan, and we want to do a song that was a testament to that. And hopefully, it's the fans know that, you know, whether you like the song or not, that it's again, Michigan people getting behind other people and showing support of our great state of Michigan. Again, being proud of. We get a lot of Ohio State fans that are like, I don't know about that song, but we love Pop Evil. But again, you know, being proud of where you come from, Ohio, Columbus, we love that. I mean, we're not going to be mad at someone being an Ohio State fan that was born in Ohio. That's what you need to do. We love seeing state pride and people that are proud of where they come from, roots. And, you know, In the Big House is a song that is a testament to that.
The best problem we have with that is when we play other states and people want us to play.
Yeah, we
In Ohio, we're going to get Toledo, Ohio. Play the Big House. I'm like, we're in Ohio. No way.
Yeah, we don't want to
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, we're not looking to get stones
No.
on the bus on the way out. Yeah, but it's cool, man. To hear it in the Big House, it never gets old. You know, and the only problem we have is we're always touring, so I don't think any of us have really heard it in the Big House ourselves.
Oh.
But
We're all huge sports
That
fans.
sounds like a special future trip, right?
yeah,
Hopefully.
it might be. You
We're all
never know.
huge sports. We always try to pay homage to. Like when we were on the 5-year tour, I wore shorts at every show from wherever like a local college or pro team was.
Nice.
And even teams I didn't love. If fans came, they brought shorts. I would wear shorts on stage, so I could we don't pay respect to wherever we were at.
And just for the record, all you other sport teams out there, we did things for the Baltimore Ravens this year. We did the big kickoff party, and every time we do something for a sports team, you win.
Nice.
So when we did in the Big House, they, won in the Sugar Bowl last
Boston.
year. We did.
Stanley Cup,
Yep,
they
were
played
playing
last man standing.
With Boston, they won the Stanley Cup, and now, of course, we did the kickoff party for the Baltimore Ravens, and they're doing quite well.
Last year, Michigan debuted the song and went to the Rose Bowl or Sugar Bowl and won it.
Yep, they won that. So
this year,
just other sport teams, get your wallets ready, and you'll win. Just get
There you go.
Go ahead and pull that out.
So just food for thought. Keep it in mind.
Awesome. The active rock genre takes heavy notes from the 70s, 80s, and 90s rock. What are some of Pop Evil's influences? We can do it as a band or individually. Just name one from each era.
Are we just gonna go around the circle?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna go Zeppelin, Motley Crue, and STP.
Nice.
Man, I mean, all the ones he said. I know, obviously, 70s. I'm trying to think. Who else? I mean, that whole Woodstock era. I mean, even just growing up on that DVD or that CD of all of them, just not even just an artist individual, just the vibe of the music collectively.
Nice.
And
Just
then,
the whole
of course,
scene.
The 80s, of course, Screw. I mean, I think I just think how rock was so mainstream was exciting. You know what I mean? Just the fact that everywhere you went, of course, 90s, STP, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains.
The whole 90s grunge is
Yeah,
insanely good.
Just came back from Canada with Black Label and Killinger
Back in Sweden, too.
and Sweden.
Yeah.
But Canada specifically, because it's North America here, how, can you compare the fan base there to here as far as the, who's showing up to the shows?
First of all, Sweden was insane.
Yeah.
It was exactly.
Exactly. I hate to dodge it, but it's like you
Yeah.
just said. Yeah, Europe fans.
Canada, yeah.
Europe-
It's hard to
Europe's
impress, but when you
crazy.
do, they are nuts.
That's insane.
That
And
was
they love
awesome.
you forever.
Yes.
They do. I mean, and we're still new to the Europe scene, but
Yeah, with
Canada, I thought was similar.
Yeah, it's more similar to the States. Yeah, very state-like.
I mean, and we didn't have a single currently in Canada when we toured there, so I guess that's a hard thing to really contribute there.
It was a
We don't have
blast. It was
single
fun,
there.
and it was
Still
cool.
plenty of people who knew about us, but certainly who had not seen us live. So it was kind of like, but for never seeing us live and having one single in Sweden, it was just a huge difference.
Insane.
Huge difference. But from Canada to the United States, it was similar.
And
very
like
similar,
you said,
okay.
we only had like one single in Sweden, but when we played that, every single person knew that song.
Insane.
It wasn't like it was like if we were
they were
playing.
going nuts the whole set. They were like
They
trying
were
to
going
sing the
nuts,
lyrics.
yeah,
They didn't know the lyrics,
but when
they
Last
would
Man
be
came on,
singing
you couldn't even hear the lead. It was just. I was like, dude, this is like.
We're singing along to the melodies.
It was
Yeah, they were singing.
way nuts.
But for us too, like when your songs are breaking in other countries, we don't live in those countries, so we don't know. You're not thinking, we're still fairly new to that, so we were oblivious to it. So when we got over there and we heard them singing, it was like, wow. I mean, and they sing our songs loud in the States, but in some ways it was, louder than some cities here in the States. And we were like, wow, we've been around since '06 in the States, right? So
So Sweden, I think it's safe to say that these guys will be back to your
I hope their,
hopefully.
their meatballs kick ass.
Yeah.
I'm totally going back for those.
Their goldfish. Their goldfish are amazing. Swedish goldfish, right? That was amazing. Swedish fish. No, they're incredible. Just great people who are so kind and excited about American rock and roll. You know, I mean, I remember we were traveling over there. It was just when Obama got reelected, and you know, it was a European flight. The whole place erupted. So just the fact that you know how open they are and how.
But you do have to bring it. I mean, when we got there, the radio guy was like, I want to be honest, before you guys played, we knew your single, but we didn't really know what to expect about your show. Like, they weren't like overly excited to see us.
Yeah,
it wasn't like we showed up as rock stars, but the show was awesome.
Yeah.
It felt good to earn it.
Yeah, and
nice.
I think that, you know, just the way the culture is, just excited about American culture in general, you know, and obviously they grow up learning about, you know, American history, American culture, and I felt very naive over there. Because, you know, everything in the States, we all just learn about ourselves and American history and American this, and I didn't know anything about Sweden other than the fact that they were hungry for some pop people. That's about it. That's all I cared about, right?
Right.
It was good.
Awesome. Very cool. Before we go, is there anything you'd like to add to your fans or family or whoever may see this?
We want to thank them. You know, I mean, we wouldn't be here without the fans, and you know, we hope for a few guys around the fence who are just not sure about it. You know, don't be scared. Music's for everyone. You don't know until you listen. And,
keep supporting bands you care about, man.
Keep supporting rock and roll bands. Yeah. We need it. We need everyone's help. Make sure that if you're someone out there that's watching this that believes rock and roll is not dead, then get out there and do the next best thing by supporting new ones, because our
buy
kids,
the album. Buy the single at least.
Your dollar does matter. Your dollar does matter. So don't rip stuff. Don't rip it. Just support it. You know, and even if it's not pop people, if it's a band you like, support it. Buy a couple copies of the record, because that's how.
Give them away as Christmas gifts.
Give them away as Christmas gifts and bring them down to the shows and the bands. I'm sure any new band especially will sign it for you. And it's something great. Bring the kids and just listen to some rock and roll with them, man. I mean, you know, you think about the first time, you know, your parents played you Skinner, or first played you Aerosmith, or Zeppelin, you know what it did to you. The movie Almost Famous, pretty much that's exactly it in real life, you know. It's a different story for every band, but it's pretty much the same stuff. So, where quotes are coming out, all the Almost Famous quotes. Every band has got that movie.
That's going on YouTube.
But you'll know in that movie the band was from Michigan, so just pop people. Get it. Welcome to the Murder Mint. Alright, peace.
Alright, hey man, we definitely appreciate it. Like I said, this will be my 4th time seeing you guys tonight. You guys bring it every night.
Man. Thank you very much.
You guys bring it every time, man. Incredible shows. So make sure you guys get out and see Pop Evil on tour.
Please.
And hopefully we'll have you at a MusicCon event one day and they can come by and meet you there.
We look forward to it.
I love it.
Sounds good, man.
Awesome, man. Thanks, brothers.
Thank you.